Hello everyone, my name is Lance Lim. I'm a varsity swimmer of the Chiang Kai-shek College swim team here in Manila. I've participated in multiple competitions and I've met multiple mentors and coaches, including the former Olympian Eric Buhain. Today, I'm gonna teach you some of the most valuable lessons they have taught me. First of all, let's get started with the basics of the basics. Floating. Now before we get started, here's an outline of what we will be discussing in the video. I will provide timestamps in the description to guide you to the topic that you want to see. When you float on water, always make sure that you have air in your lungs. This will make you more buoyant and it will be easier to float. Having air in your lungs is also handy because you won't feel out of breath immediately after putting your face underwater. What you are seeing from these videos are the streamlined position, which means to keep your body parallel to the surface of the water. You want to keep it as parallel as possible to lessen forward resistance and to speed up your swimming speed when we do the 4 strokes. To do this, keep both of your hands together and stretch them as far as you can on the top of your head. Like this. Keep your feet together and your back straight. Basically, you want to stretch your whole body out to make it as flat as possible. You could also use your kickboard to practice your streamlined position if you are having a hard time floating. Just hold the bottom of your kickboard and do the streamlined position. You don't have to be scared of sinking because the kickboard will keep you afloat. Lastly, do not panic when trying to learn how to float. Just focus on keeping your body streamlined. Remember, you have a lot of air in your lungs, so panicking would just result in you losing all of that precious air. It will help you stay afloat for a long time. Now that that's done, let's get to something everyone should and could do. Bubbles. It's essential for everyone, from beginners to professional swimmers. So here's why it's very important. Bubbles regulates your breathing, so it is essential to calm your nerves and it mitigates tiredness. So whenever you finish a hard set of workouts, doing bubbles will regulate your hasty breathing and you'll be less tired much faster. So how do you do it? Simple. Like shown in the video, just simply put your head above, then below the water in a rhythmic pattern. Every time your head is underwater, exhale through your nose to make bubbles. Then when your head goes up, take a deep breath before letting the air go when you sink your head down again. So that's it for the basics of the basics. Now, let's move on to the 4 strokes: butterfly, breaststroke, backstroke, and freestyle. But first, here are some tips that you could apply to all of them. A good push-off will get you ahead in any race, so perfecting it will help you go faster and would save you so much time. First of all, when you push off, make sure that only your toes are touching the wall. Think of it like you're tiptoeing on the wall. Then, make an angle below 90 degrees with your knees. This will maximize the strength and speed of your push-off. If the angle is above 90, it will be too weak, and if it's below 90, it will be too slow. Try to maintain a 50-degree angle every time you push off. Make sure you maintain a streamlined position, just like you should every time you're swimming. Lastly, wait for yourself to slow down before doing underwater kicks. You want to maximize your glide to minimize your energy usage. Push-offs and turns go hand in hand, so mastering these 2 techniques will save you a lot of energy and help shave off lots of time. I would still recommend seeing a coach when you're still learning about turning. Anyways, here are some tips for those who already know how. Turns are transitions you do when you reach the wall. You do this to quickly flip your body and do another lap. Always make sure that you do bubbles when you turn, so that water doesn't get in your nose. Second, make sure that your push-off position is the same as a while ago. Streamline, tiptoe, and 50-degree knees. Lastly, use your forward momentum to turn your body faster. Tendency is that you would slow down before reaching the wall. Don't do this and instead use the inertia from your forward momentum to speed up your turn. The same rules can be applied to touch and goes. Just like the name says, you touch the wall, then you go. To do this, simply touch your hands and then, while still holding the wall, bring your legs to the wall and then let go, quickly flip your body, then push off. Another variant of this is the back to breast turn you do when you do the IM. To do this, simply do the same things as a while ago except backwards. Instead of bringing your knees towards the wall, you want to do it in reverse and directly put your feet on it instead. Okay, if you're bored of being in the water, let's go up on land for a bit and practice our dives. Dives determine swims. A bad dive will make you start slow and you'll have a hard time getting your momentum going. However, a good dive will save you so much energy and you'll go way faster. Here's how you do a proper dive. First of all, clutch your toes on the edge of a wall so that you could apply force to propel you forward. Keep in mind that you want to push yourself forward instead of up. You want to spring yourself up a bit, but you want to dedicate much of that spring to push you forward. And since we want that sweet momentum, make a streamlined position right after you jump, so you have a smooth time entering the water. You want to enter the water hands first, so there is less resistance when you're going in. Plus, it hurts when you land flat on your belly, so try not to do that. Now that we're done with all of that, we can finally start learning about all the 4 strokes. But first, here are some tips that you can apply to all of them. First of all, maintain the streamlined position. I cannot stress this enough. Keep your body as parallel to the surface as possible. This is to lessen forward resistance and drag. It saves so much energy and it makes you glide much smoother, making you way faster. Second, don't pull with your elbows. Make it so that your hand and elbow are perpendicular at shoulder level before pushing backwards. A larger surface area generates more force to propel you forward. Look at your arms when they reach eye level and pull once they are perpendicular. Lastly, use your thighs and core when kicking. Bigger muscles have more power, and the stronger you kick, the faster you swim. Just make sure that your thighs are moving when you kick. That will mean that you are using them enough already. Make sure to apply all of those tips on all of the strokes. They will really help your swim become faster and more efficient. Now without further ado, let's get started with butterfly. Butterfly is notorious for being the hardest stroke to do. Not just because it's hard to learn, but because it's so tiring to do. These tips will help you minimize your energy output while propelling you forward faster than ever. Butterfly kick is different from the other strokes because you engage your entire lower body at the same time. From your feet, legs, waist, and up to your belly. You use your entire lower body strength to kick. This is the number one thing you have to focus on, using your entire lower body. To make sure you are doing this, just simply pay attention to one thing. Your butt should naturally go up and out of the water every time after you kick. Also, to make your kick more powerful, make sure to bend your knees when kicking down And when they are straightened in the bottom, maintain that position going back up to the surface of the water. You have to do a 2-kick rhythm to match it with your pulls. Just keep in mind the rhythm 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and you'll get a hang of it in no time. You can apply the same concepts you apply in other strokes such as freestyle and breaststroke when you swim butterfly. Always remember to make your elbows and hands parallel at shoulder level, as you should with all the strokes. Make sure to have your hands on the side and not in the middle for faster and more efficient pulls. Make sure your arms are straight when they reach the back because this will make sure you are applying your energy 100% towards the back. After that, raise your arms above the water, then extend them forward, stretching your shoulders. Make sure that you keep your arms parallel at shoulder level to ready yourself for the next pull, and it's more effective than keeping your arms in the middle or to the side. Stretching and extending your arms is super important because it helps you glide more smoothly and with less drag. Gliding effectively helps you conserve energy and move faster forward, making you swim more efficiently. You have to master these tips in order to swim butterfly efficiently. You have to practice your kicks and pulls individually before proceeding to do them at the same time. Part of the reason why butterfly is so difficult is because of its unique rhythm compared to other strokes. So, practice your kicks and pulls individually from each other because you'll have to commit 100% of your focus into doing the rhythm when you swim. When you swim butterfly, always remember to do 2 kicks per pull. Kick once after your arms get parallel at shoulder level, which is every time you exert force backwards, and another time when you extend your arms forward. Basically, you want to kick once at the back, then the other in front. Memorize this timing because the only way to swim butterfly properly is when you manage to do this every time. Now that we're done with butterfly, let's do some backstroke, starting with the kicks. The main idea you have to remember when kicking in backstroke is to keep your legs straight while going down, and then bending them, then pushing backwards when going up. This is to maximize your forward push using your legs. Both of these maneuvers also set each other up perfectly. Make sure to keep your ankles straight and that the splash of your kick is going backwards. This is to make sure that the force you're emitting is directed to pushing yourself forward. Keeping your ankles straight all the time will make sure that your kick splash is going backwards. Your kicks are going to be your main source of speed for backstroke, but to support that, you'll also need good pulls. Here are some tips to help you with your pulls in backstroke. Raise your shoulder before raising your arm to pull. This will make you glide longer and more efficiently. Like all the other strokes, make sure that your hand is at the right angle when pushing backwards. The next tip will be unique to backstroke, primarily because you are swimming facing up, so it's absolutely necessary to keep track of your position. To do this, maintain an 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock like appearance with your hands. This will help you swim straight. If you don't do this position properly, your body will go everywhere and you'll disturb other swimmers in the pool. You can practice this by doing a kick like this. You must rotate your body every time you pull. When you push backwards with your right arm, make your body face left. And when you push with your left, make your body face right. This will strengthen your backstroke pull. Make sure to reach backwards every time you pull to glide more efficiently, and focus on using your back muscles for pushing backwards. Alright, that's it for kicks and pulls. Now, let's get started on backstroke swim. After practicing your kicks and your pulls individually, you can apply all of that in backstroke swim. All that you need to remember when swimming is to keep up a 5 kick per pull rhythm. This will make your swim very fluid and very efficient.
Great! Now you've learned tips for half of the strokes. Now, let's get started with the other half. Let's learn some breaststroke.
Breaststroke is the most unique stroke of all because it requires different movements from the other three. Because of this, it also has a unique rhythm and it focuses on gliding the most out of all of the 4 strokes. If kicking fast and strong is the key to being fast in butterfly or backstroke, kicking strong, slow, but efficient will make you faster in breaststroke than just kicking fast. The most important thing for you to remember while breaststroke kicking is to make a W shape with your legs before pushing back. There are 3 positions you have to make to do a proper breaststroke kick. Make a W with your legs, then flex your ankles, and then push backwards while you straighten your ankles. You want to kick directly backwards to maximize your forward push. You have to keep your legs near the surface to efficiently do this. So to make sure your legs at are surface level, feel your butt raise to the surface every time after you kick.
Your kick will be your main source of speed for breaststroke, but that doesn't mean that you have to neglect your pulls. A good breaststroke pull will lessen your drag to make your kick more efficient. Let's learn about this more.
Breast pull is basically half of fly pull. Remember how to do that? Pull to the side of your body, then while maintaining the same speed, get some water, then throw your arms forward. Think of collecting as much water as you can when pulling, and think of releasing all of the collected water forward. You want to stretch your arms forward to maximize your glide as well. A lot of people raise their bodies really high when doing breaststroke pull. This makes your lower body go down, causing drag. You want to minimize this as much as possible. Instead, you want to divert that force to going forward. So whenever you pull, instead of raising your head straight up, go for a diagonal approach.
Since breaststroke is unique, you'll have to learn a unique rhythm as well. So I recommend that you practice your kicks and pulls individually before learning how to swim. Now, let's learn about breaststroke swim.
Breaststroke is a stroke where you want to glide as much as possible to get ahead. It focuses on the strength and efficiency of your strokes. So the stronger and better you do your kicks and pulls, the better. You have to pull separately from your kick to make each movement matter. After pulling and breathing, right as your head goes down, do a kick and reset your body position. Pay attention to always keep your body straight every after you pull. Glide for a bit, and when you feel yourself losing speed, do another pull, then another kick. Repeat those movements while maintaining your streamlined position, and you'll be swimming a great breaststroke.
So last but not the least, we get to the last of the 4 strokes, freestyle. It always goes last in IM, and we could say that this is our last hurrah. So now, let's get to the tips.
Always remember to use your thighs when you kick, because if you don't, you will struggle to move. To make sure that you are using them, just make sure that they are moving up along with your calves. Both of your feet should be moving at the same time. While one goes up, the other one should go down. Another tip that will help your kick go faster is to think about using your butt when you kick. Engaging those muscles will help you use your thighs easily, and it will make your kick way stronger.
That's the last of my freestyle kick tips. These are all done to maximize your strength and efficiency when kicking. Now, let's learn some tips for freestyle pull.
The underwater form of your pull will be similar to breaststroke and butterfly, but then your hands should be placed in the middle and not to the sides. Make sure your arms are straight after you pull. Then, use the high elbow when returning your arm in front, because it reaches there faster. Always remember to stretch your shoulders and reach forward so you could glide smoothly. Whenever you stretch an arm out, your other arm should push back at the same time. This will keep your swim fluid and your speed constant.
Those are all of my tips for freestyle kicks and pulls. Be sure to practice both of these individually first before trying to do them at the same time, because you will have to learn a new rhythm for freestyle. If you've done that already, let's get started with freestyle swim.
Maintain a 1 pull per 6 kicks rhythm for your freestyle. But make sure that you speed up your kicks to match the speed and proper rhythm of your pulls. Do not slow down your pulls to match your kicks.
If you're having a hard time finding the right technique for yourself, consider your body morph before going into competitive swimming. Usually, endomorphs and mesomorphs have higher muscle mass, so they have more power and excel more in sprints, while ectomorphs have lower body mass and are thinner, so they consume less energy and excel in long-distance swims. If you manage to get into a swimming competition, that's great! Make sure to apply all of the tips that you learned today. It will really make your swim faster. Now, you also have to have the right mindset when going into competitions. 15 minutes before your event starts, visualize what you're gonna do when you get onto that diving board. Visualize your dive, your underwater kicks, your swim, and even your pace, so that you could apply them all later and swim the best stroke that you can. If you're having trouble with nervousness, try making a routine to alleviate it, like taking deep breaths, or simply just talking to someone on the ready bench. Wish them some luck and then race them once you get into the pool. Now, back to training. Here are some land workouts that you could do if you can't swim. This is a strength workout for swimming. Let's get it started. First of all, let's stretch to warm our body up for what we're about to do. Okay, let's start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, up high. Hold your elbow like this. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Now, stretch your back. Just like this. Keep on doing this. Don't do it too fast though. You'll break your back. Now, for the legs. Hold it. Close the angle. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, you do the same thing, but in front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, reach for your toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep your knees straight. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now we're gonna get started with the workout. For the first workout, we're gonna do 10 stand-ups, 10 burpees with push-ups, and then 1 minute of flutter kick. The way you do stand-ups are like this. You kneel on the floor with your feet like this. Don't flex your ankles, keep them straight. And in front of a wall, stand up like this. You got it? We're going to do that 10 times. After that, we're going to do 10 burpees with push-ups in the middle. So the way you do that is, you extend your legs, do 1 push-up, put them back, and jump as high as you can. We're going to do 10 of those. After that, we're going to do 10 flutter, and we're going to do 1 minute of flutter kicks, which is like this. After that, we rest for 1 minute. We're going to do that 5 times. Doing this exercise stretches your ankles and strengthens your front thighs. Both are vital for swimming. Doing burpees strengthens your entire legs and improves your spring for dives. Doing the push-ups in the middle strengthens your chest along with your arms. Doing flutter kicks strengthens your core and increases leg endurance, which is very good when you're considering swimming as a main sport. After doing this, do a 1 minute rest, and then do it all over again, 5 times. Now, we're gonna do 5 by 1 minute of 2 strokes, so that's in total 10 by 1 minute. You can choose whatever stroke you like. What I'm gonna do now is the butterfly and freestyle. For this, we need stretch cords. This is to strengthen your pull strength. Right now, I am doing the fly pull. Pulling with stretch cords strengthens your back, and it increases muscle endurance also. Notice that my elbows, hands, and shoulders become parallel to each other at shoulder level. This is so that you make sure that you're using your back when you're pulling. The same thing applies to freestyle, which you will see later. After this, do a 1 minute rest and then do it all over again 5 times, the same stroke. After doing 5 times of the same stroke, 1 minute go, 1 minute rest. Next, we're gonna do 5 by 1 minute again, but this time with a different stroke. Now I'm doing freestyle instead of fly. Notice that the same rules apply to freestyle and fly, except freestyle, the arms move separately from each other and not at the same time. After this, do 1 minute rest and then do it all over again 5 times. After all of that, you're done with your workout. Swimming is such a good sport to get into right now because the virus does not thrive in water, especially with chlorine. Additionally, swimming is also a cardio exercise, so it strengthens your lungs and immune system to make you more resistant to viruses and sickness. Swimming is also a life skill, and it can help you escape many sticky situations. Also, it could help you enjoy your life more, like swimming in the beach, or diving, or even swimming in a pool with your family and friends. It isn't just to help you survive life, but it also helps you enjoy your life more.